Welcome to Sounds of Resistance. The rebellion, which was ignited by the petition prepared by the parliament members against Putin, is deepening in Russia. Russian parliamentarians are braver than ever before against Putin. Russia's totalitarian president Vladimir Putin has never faced such a revolt, save for a few feeble voices since he seized power in 1999. Now his power is about to be tested once again. After the epic victories of the Ukrainian heroes, especially in the eastern, southern, and northeastern regions of the war, the Russian army had to retreat towards the border. The Ukrainian army, which took control of Kherson, Kharkiv, and the surrounding settlements, has imprisoned Putin and the Russian enemy troops on these fronts. Due to the developments, the members of the Russian parliament who protested the invasion of Ukraine and thought that this invasion movement had done a lot of damage to Russia, had prepared a petition about Putin and his administration. The petition included details such as Putin's prudent war strategies, putting the Russian army and the Russian economy under heavy sanctions without hesitation. The most important and most striking issue among the petition items is the accusations that Putin has betrayed the country due to the damage caused by the Ukrainian invasion of Russia. First of all, the rebellion process against Putin, which started with some council members, gradually progressed over time. In the beginning, the dictator's immediate arrest of the members of parliament who prepared petitions against him did not intimidate the politicians who had just joined the revolt against the Russian leader. The Russian people and anti-war political officials are very fed up with Putin's political stance, which is full of unimaginable mistakes. 3 petitions were prepared for Russian leader Vladimir Putin within a week, including accusations of treason. Now the number of counselors defending the petition against Putin has increased to 18. The Russian leader, who could not hide his uneasiness and bewilderment with the figures rising to a very serious level, made the expected move and had some of the council members who prepared a petition and defended this petition again taken into custody. The defense of members of parliament is that the occupation of Ukraine endangered the Russian people, their socio-economic opportunities, and the future of the citizens. The verdict determined by the Russian leader Putin's court forces is an administrative fine of close to 50,000 rubles for those who prepared the petition, and even a prison sentence in the continuation of the investigation. Freedom of thought and the respect of the political power for the rights of its citizens in Russia is that simple. You can't talk, you can't express your thoughts, you can't show the serious dimensions of the war to the Russian administration, which is unaware of anything or is aware of it but ignores these facts. This is exactly the situation experienced by Russian citizens and members of parliament who united against Putin and led the rebellion movements by resorting to political and legal means. Some anti-war Russian groups consider Putin to be more dictatorial than Stalin, in a country that has a more harsh and totalitarian regime than even former Soviet-era Russia. The process of rebellion against Putin is inflamed, especially with the liberation of Kharkiv by Ukrainian heroes. The Kremlin administration, which explained the losses in Kherson and the escape of the Russian army without looking back as a regular retreat, had weakened the patience of the Russian citizens. But the local population alone could not show that they were dissatisfied with Putin's rule. Putin, for a certain period of time, got rid of the petitions prepared against him by taking those who prepared it into custody. But from a place where the Russian leader never expected, his birth city, St. Petersburg councillors and Moscow municipality representatives, 65 members in total, reported that they signed the petition against Putin. While parliamentary officials invited Putin to resign, there has been no response from any official from the Kremlin and the administration so far. The reaction of Vladimir Putin, the leader of the empire of fear and oppression, towards the members of parliament in his native city is curious. Since the beginning of the war on February 24th, Russian leader Vladimir Putin has not only his own parliament members and people, but also the Russian media in his hands. In the early days of the Ukrainian-Russian war, the enraged leader committed many human rights violations, including the innocent civilians of Ukraine. The pro-Russian media, on the other hand, presented these treacherous attacks and Russia's illegal occupation policy to Russian citizens as Putin's success. The dictator leader made the Russian television channels that did not make positive news about the war partners with the biased media as a result of the pressure he applied. The Russian enemy troops, who underestimated the Ukrainian heroes too much in the future, gradually began to be unresponsive to the Ukrainian Dawn operations, where they were caught off guard on some fronts. As a result of the secret operations prepared by the brave leader Zelensky, the Ukrainian fighters succeeded in giving a total of more than 6,000 square kilometers of homeland to the Ukrainian people. After the epic victories of Ukraine, the pro-media under the command of Putin, on the other hand, called the quote-unquote precautionary retreat to hide the losses in the Russian army and the escape of the Russian army in fear from some fronts. Disgracing himself and his country's media around the world, Russian leader Putin remained silent in the face of Ukraine's victories for a long time. The Kremlin administration did not make any statements in an attitude similar to Putin. While the Ukrainian heroes were running from victory to victory in the northeast of the country, the pro-Russian media was still hiding the death toll and losses of the Russian army, explaining that everything was going well for Russia. The real situation was clearly a sign that alarm bells were ringing for the Russians. The total number of soldiers, senior military officials, and senior generals of the Russian army was over 50,000. Trying to cover up such a serious figure, the Russian administration, especially Putin, and the Russian media officially entered into a betrayal against Russian citizens. But it didn't take long for the truth to emerge. It was inevitable to see cracks in the army as the Russian army, which was drawn into a whirlpool by the Ukrainian heroes, continued to suffer irreparable losses. Top Russian military commanders began to take a share from the war budget and even sell war materials. In fact, they did not hesitate to pocket the surplus of the budget by procuring the tires of the Russian armored vehicles used in the war from poor quality materials. There were serious discussions between Russian soldiers and their commanders in which weapons were drawn, except for corruption, while the commitment of the Russian army to fight was declining at full speed. The Russian media was still trying to hide these events. They continued to polish the political power model of the Russian administration and leader Putin. With the successful operations of the Ukrainian heroes under the leadership of Zelensky reaching the Crimea, the pro-Russian media got tired of making false news about the war and sharing unfounded data to the public. The transformation of the Russian media newscasters, who stated that the Moscow army continues to fight the brave Ukrainian army, sums up the course of the war so well that even if they dare to make fake news again from this moment, it does not seem possible to fool the Russian anti-war citizens again. Now let's come back to the petition by the Russian parliament members, which includes the possibility of Putin's being declared a traitor. In the event that the developments work against Putin, that is, if the petition is legally accepted and put into effect, Russian leader Vladimir Putin will come to the brink of disaster. The petition contains very serious accusations. Many accusations such as treason, war crimes, human rights violations, blackmail, and illegal collaborations. So what is the purpose of the Russian leaders not giving up on this invasive policy that still leads his country into darkness while his power is in such danger? Is it not to do your best to the end of the road, or not to be humiliated in the world arena by simply succumbing to your complexes without thinking about anything? Whatever the case may be, very bad days are looming for Russian leader Vladimir Putin, and post-war predictions about Putin's situation are broadly similar. We will witness the results together very soon.